Welcome back to another amazing episode of Rounds of the Knight's Table. I'm Jim.
I'm Eric.
And today we're going to talk about Game of Thrones, Season 8, Episode 5, The Bells. With only one episode left, it's amateur hour. With only one episode left, let's talk about The Bells. We see Varys talking to a little girl. My man says they were plotting Khaleesi's poisoning because she hasn't eaten. And she's in mourning because she lost another baby. Varys talks to Jon. Tyrion snitches. And
she's like, someone's betrayed me.
She's like, Jon Snow. You.
Varys.
Everybody. Varys. Everybody she's listed.
Everyone!
She brings Varys outside. He already knows what's up. He's marching to his death. Cool shot, though, is when they're standing there in the dark, and then all of a sudden, you see Drogon right over their shoulder. And she did what she said she was going to do.
Dracarys.
Burned his ass. She burned his ass, and she said she would do it seasons ago. Not out of the blue. She said, these people don't know me. They don't know love from me. And Jon's like, but I love you. And she's looking to get hot and heavy. He ain't having it.
And he's like, you are my queen. Always. Is that all I am to you?
So with fear then. So they're due to attack the city and somehow get through to the Iron Fleet without any kind of resistance? Would they fire off one arrow?
She did have a nice plan coming down from the sun. They were kind of blinded.
Yeah, by the light. You know, Mama always told me not to look into the eyes of the sun. She burns a hole in the gate.
From behind the Golden Company. And wipes out the Golden Company, so if
she
you ever feel
she
useless,
melts them down. Good recruiting, Cersei.
One guy stood back up, and it was the leader, and he got...
The Unsullied, the Dothraki, Jon Snow, the Northmen, they're all coming through the gates. And the Lannister army's there. They're brawling it out.
She was flying around, still burning a few people.
Cersei stands in the Red Keep with Qyburns. And the mountain. Arya and the Hound are making their way through the crowd, trying to get through the gates. And they make it just before the gates close.
But
Jaime doesn't, so he's got to take a hot route.
He tries to get in, though. Soldier!
He's got to find a way through the gates, because he's got to kill Cersei. Jon and the crew get to...
like a little certain point in the city.
And they're met by the Lannister army. But
just kind of standing there.
It's over. The fight is over just as fast as it began.
Jon's like, get out of the way. And he gets to the front and just looks at him like...
And they're like, oh shit, that's Jon Snow. Whoop! They throw down their swords, and it's over. Daenerys has won. But it ain't over. Because she burns that motherfucker down. Grey Worm, who's still hard on for some Missandei revenge. He throws a fucking spear through that dude. And Jon Snow's like, ooh.
He's just standing there kind of stunned.
When Jon hung back, Grey Worm took notice.
But then the Unsullied and the Dothraki re-attack the Lannisters before they can pick their swords back up. And the Northmen just kind of start jumping in.
Yeah.
Then Jon kind of comes to, and he's like trying to stop his soldiers from attacking.
Yeah. I mean, he's got to defend himself, of course, because there's people
he still
trying
kills
to kill
people
him.
When they attack.
Arya and the Hound make their way into the castle, and they're getting ready to go upstairs, and the Hound is like, you don't have to do this. Somebody else will kill Cersei.
Go home, girl.
If you go up there, you're going to die. And so Arya doesn't go.
And calls him Sandor.
The Hound meets the Mountain on the stairs, and he's not listening to Cersei. He sure ain't listening to Qyburn. And that dude throws his ass against the wall. Done. They send 3 little knights down there, and the Hound takes care of him. And then Cersei's just like, excuse me.
See you later.
And so they go to brawl out. Knocks the helmet off. You see the Mountain's face.
There you are.
That's always been you. That was like a great line. I appreciated it. But then they get to fighting. He stabs him in the stomach. That doesn't do anything. The Mountain just starts to beat the shit out of the Hound. And he starts laughing. And he goes to pull the Oberyn on him. And then the Hound he's like stabbing him in the neck, stabs him in the face. That gets him to back up. But then he knew he had to do it. They went through the wall, into the pit, into the fire.
I got him! He killed him!
The mountain is broken in half! So he died by the thing that he was scared of the most. Euron swims to shore just as Jaime's like coming around the back route. They get into a tussy. He stabs Jaime twice.
But Jaime got him right through the...
Yep, Jaime killed Euron. Well, he was eventually going to die.
I'm the man that killed Jaime Lannister.
And then Jaime meets up with Cersei. For sure, to kill her. So they go retreat back into the crypts, and it's all blocked off.
All the rubble.
And the rubble is falling down around them. And for sure, he's going to kill her. And he doesn't. The rubble just falls on him and they die. Cloverfield style. Arya barely manages to escape the city. Large pieces of rubble falling on her. I saw her die no less than 4 times. Rides off on a white horse.
Death rides on her white horse.
And then Jon Snow pulls his men out. Tyrion walks through like the gates and sees the destruction and carnage. People complaining that Daenerys did this and that it's so far out of character. It isn't, though. It's been building forever, and she has lost those closest to her.
I get that they've rushed it this season. That
They
a
didn't
lot
have
of stuff
to. They had an
was
extra
rushed.
episode that they wasted.
But at the same time, she lost a lot of people
Yeah.
close together.
I agree.
She lost Viserion at the end of last season. Then this season, she loses Jorah, she loses Missandei, she loses Rhaegal, all right there together.
Yeah.
And then Jon spurns her.
And then she can't
on
trust
her
Varys or Tyrion. She doesn't know who to trust.
Yeah.
So it's like, she's like,
So
oh,
really,
shit.
it's just like she's alone in this country because no one likes her. So really, the only way to get people to follow her is fear.
She said she was going to do it. Missandei said Dracarys as if to
Dracarys.
burn it all down. And people are like, well, why didn't she just go after Cersei?
Well, even-
because she wanted Cersei to see it.
Everyone last week was like, oh yeah, burn it down, Dany, burn it down. Then she starts burning it down and people are like, wait, no, never mind.
The
Stop.
Mad Queen cometh. And as far as Cersei not getting the death that we all thought she was going to get or deserved, she died scared. Maybe it's not the most satisfying death, but she died scared. And when do you ever see Cersei not exude nothing but confidence and power?
Right.
You saw her vulnerable and you saw her weak.
The only times
She
you
died
see her,
a coward.
the only times you see her vulnerable and weak like that are when her children died. A lot of people aren't happy about what happened with Jaime going back to Cersei. It was a failure of his character development. I'm not going to say I like it, that I really agree with it overall. Because I would have preferred he killed her and gone back to Brienne. This is par for the course for Jaime.
It's what he does, though. He does go back to her.
This is his character.
Yeah.
He doesn't really get character development. He kind of builds up, then he goes right back to Cersei. So
You
this
just were
is-
hoping he was getting over the hump this time. And then Jon Snow finally wakes up. He woke up feeling worse than he would have had he woken up next to the Red Woman without the necklace. See, that's another thing, too. Daenerys was raised with that asshole brother
Yeah, Viserys.
who was just a prick. And then Tyrion, a fucking snitch. What a snitch Tyrion is. He's got to go. Not only is he a snitch, he has been wrong, to quote Cyndi Lauper, time after time.
I will say he has been, weirdly enough, the most loyal to Dany, other than Grey Worm and Missandei. Because out of who's left, other than Grey Worm, he's really the one that's been sticking by her. He's been defending her to everyone. Probably not anymore. I mean, he's probably about to get your hottest.
I got to feel that Jon Snow's going to be taken prisoner here. And Tyrion, for sure. Arya's going to kill Daenerys. Green eyes. Don't forget it.
There's two things I hope happen. One, I don't want it to happen, but Jon end up killing Dany.
Oh, because he was brought back.
Yeah, he was brought back for a purpose, and I don't want to think it's just to rule the Seven Kingdoms.
It's to go fight the rest of the White Walkers that didn't die. He's going back north.
I think he will in the long run.
Because he's got a pet ghost. But, I mean, Tormund said you have the North in you. The real North. Jon's not going to sit on the throne. He's not a throne kind of guy. He could give a shit about a throne.
I think he'll end up
Again,
turning
he
it
was
down.
raised by Ned Stark.
He will either give it to Sansa or give it to Gendry.
People complaining about the writing. Let me see you write it better. Secondly, okay, sure the writing hasn't been better than seasons 1 through 4. It's certainly not the worst. If you want to be mad about anything, be mad at the editors. Because we need to talk about that golden hand. That wasn't there. Like, how do you let that happen?
I mean, it's like the last scene with him in it. And you let that slip by.
Nobody in that editing room saw that?
Same with that coffee cup.
How do you not see that? And not that it ruins the show for me. At the end of the day, it's just entertainment. And the show entertains me. It has for almost a decade now. And it's been a really good show for a long time.
Oh, yeah.
I have liked the character growth. I've liked the story. I've been a little disappointed in this season, I'm not going to lie, but I got to see how it ends. You can't change it.
But overall, did you actually like this episode?
I thought it was a good episode. I thought the cinematography was really good. I thought the action was really good.
The special effects.
The Clegane Bowl wasn't a disappointment.
That was like one of the best parts of the whole season.
I love the Hound. Interested to see where this is going. Who's going to kill Daenerys? Because that's what's got to happen. Or not. She might just burn Jon, and if Jon walks out of the flame... Oh.
That's one of my two things. I said that before, Jon killing Dany, whatever. The other thing I think might happen is Grey Worm's, of course, going to go to Dany. I think she's going to have Jon and Tyrion, like, in chains. And, say the order. Tyrion might be standing behind Jon. Jon's going to come out unscathed. I think Grey Worm's going to go to attack him. Him and Jon will fight while Arya takes out Dany.
Somebody will bitch and say that he's not a whole Targaryen. But he was killed, and maybe the Stark side didn't come back. I don't know. I want to know what you guys thought. Did you like this episode? Are you excited for the finale? Are you just thinking it's limping along? Leave a message down in the comments. Shout out to new subscribers this week. Jessica, if you hit that subscribe, leave a message down in the comments so I give you the proper shout out next time. Hit that like. It's right there. Press that subscribe. It's right there.
The subscribes.
There. The subscribe is down here. We will check you out next time only on Rounds of the Knight's Table.